Welcome back to the channel, everyone. The Lakers were able to get back into the win column with a win over the Hornets and definitely showed some good signs in that game, but their problems are far from being over. However, that is not to say they cannot continue to get better and build upon the progress that they have made. I know we tend to forget, but you need to remember that they are almost an entirely new team and one that is currently dealing with a lot of injuries. And they are not just dealing with injuries to minor role players either. They have now played 4 of their first 11 games without LeBron, so when you take all of that into consideration, being one game above 500 really is not all that bad. And let me emphasize that they are only 11 games in, or in other words, they have 71 games left to play, meaning that they have a lot of time left to improve, get healthy, and build upon the small progress that they have already made. And to help give you a clearer picture on what exactly they can do to build upon that progress, in today's video, we'll talk about 3 things they can do to improve their team and both maintain and build upon the progress that they have already made. But before we get into the video, I wanted to make a quick announcement regarding the channel. I know a lot of you have been wanting other NBA content that is not always directly related to the Lakers. And I've tried incorporating that kind of content on my channel before, but unfortunately and understandably, a lot of you who watch my channel only will click on and watch Laker related content, which is why I am officially opening a second channel that will be focused more on the entire NBA. So if you enjoy the content that I make on my main channel, and you love learning about and watching the entire NBA in general, then I guarantee that you'll love the content that I put out on my second channel. I'll have the new channel called JSM Plus linked both on the screen and in the video description, and if you think you'd be interested in that kind of content, I would really appreciate it if you took the time to go over there and hit that subscribe button. And do not worry, nothing will be changing about my main channel. I will continue to upload in the same way and on the same schedule moving forward. The new channel will just give me an opportunity to talk more about the entire NBA, and for all of you who want more of that kind of content. I plan on putting out my first video on that channel either tomorrow or later this week, which will give further details on the channel and how I will be using it moving forward. I hope to see a lot of you over there, and feel free to let me know specifically what kind of content you'd like for me to make on that channel, and you can do that by not only commenting down below here, but by telling me on the official channel Discord too. I know, shameless plug, but we already have about 70 people in there, and it has been a ton of fun so far. We have a live game chat going on during Laker games, an NBA discussion board, and even an NBA meme channel too. So if you haven't already, I highly recommend joining, and I'll have it linked on the screen if you want to. Anyways though, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the actual video topic, and we'll get right into it by talking about the first thing that they can do to build upon their progress, which happens to be by maintaining their effort on defense. If you watched them play last night, then you probably noticed that they were finally giving effort on defense throughout the whole game, and the importance of that cannot be understated. Because putting forth effort on defense had been one of their biggest problems up until this point. It has been a recurring problem for them and a primary reason for why they have been getting beat. But with them having shown a renewed effort on that end of the court, there is definitely hope for them moving forward, and their continuous improvement on defense can be shown by the numbers. If you take a look at their defensive numbers from last week, they have clearly improved. It does not matter about which category you are looking at either. Whether you're looking at defensive rating, points per game allowed, or opponent field goal and 3-point percentage, they have improved in every single category. And do not get me wrong here, they definitely have room for improvement yet, but putting forth regular effort on defense in every game will help them do that. They're not as talented on defense as they once were, and in order to make up for that, they need to play with regular effort on defense in every game. But now moving on to the second thing that they can do to build upon their progress moving forward, which happens to be by continuing to shoot well from the 3-point line, because believe it or not, the Lakers are nearly a top 5 team in 3-point shooting percentage. If they could quit rotating between shooting either extremely well or extremely poorly, they could then become a much better overall team. For example, they shot over 40% from beyond the arc against the Hornets, but shot only 28% against Portland. We obviously cannot expect them to shoot over 40% in every game, but they need to find a happy medium here, and they have the 3-point shooting ability to be able to do it. Carmelo Anthony may have been doing a lot of the heavy lifting for them up until this point, but they do have other 3-point shooters too. Between Melo, Wayne Ellington, Malik Monk, and Kendrick Nunn and Trevor Ariza, when they come back, they have multiple high-level 3-point shooters. And then if you throw in guys like LeBron, Kent Bazemore, and Avery Bradley, who can all get hot from the 3-point line and can definitely be above average, then you begin to realize their 3-point shooting potential. They may never outshoot a team like the Warriors, but I have no doubt about their ability to be a top 8 to top 10 3-point shooting team. And for a team that has guys like LeBron, AD, and Russ, who need that kind of 3-point shooting around them, that is very important. 3-point shooting may not have been something that they have relied on too heavily during the past couple of years, but with the addition of Westbrook, they will need to rely on it more than they previously had to. But now moving on to the third and final thing that we will talk about that they can do to build upon their progress, which happens to be by lowering their turnovers. They are currently a bottom 5 team in turnovers per game, and that needs to change moving forward. And while I do not expect them to move into the top 10 at any point in the year in regards to turning over the ball, they cannot continue to be at the bottom of the league for the entire year and hope to win games. Up until this point, turnovers have been a big problem for their team, and really for LeBron and Russ in particular. Combined, they have been averaging over 9 turnovers per game, and are both currently averaging a career high in turnovers per game too. We are obviously very early into the year yet, and LeBron has not even played in every game for them, but their turnovers do need to be pointed out. It has been a direct reflection of them trying to build chemistry, and not really being comfortable on the court with each other yet either. But as we know, 1 or 2 turnovers can make the difference between winning or losing a game. That is really how important taking care of the ball is in the NBA. Teams will capitalize on their mistakes, and they cannot afford to be their own worst enemy. They quote-unquote only turned the ball over 15 times in their win against the Hornets, but the real test will come against Miami. They have been one of the better defensive teams in the NBA up until this point, and the Lakers will need to take care of the ball if they hope to win that game. And not only do they need to take care of the ball, but they'll need to do the other things that we already talked about as well. Defensive effort and 3-point shooting will be big factors in their ability to win against good teams, and all of that will be tested in their game tomorrow against Miami. But with that, that will conclude my thoughts on the 3 things that I believe the Lakers can do to build upon their progress moving forward. And what do you guys think? What do you think is the number 1 thing that they can do to improve moving forward? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below, and we can talk about it there. That will do it for this video though. Thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. And if you want to stay up to date on all my immediate thoughts and moves around the NBA, be sure to follow me on Twitter too. But as always, thank you for watching, and have a great day.